That good old music.
It will be changed at least at some point in these next couple of weeks. Like we're gonna do something to fix it. But how you doing?
I'm good, man. Happy opening day eve, my friend.
Yeah, it's
one of our favorite days, favorite times of the year.
Is it weird, or does it I don't really know why, but it feels like it's almost not.
No?
I don't know.
Do you not have the lore of the opening day? Is it because you're not in Cincy?
So I actually was briefly earlier today. I was in Northern Kentucky briefly earlier today.
Yes.
But I don't know. I mean, a lot of it is FOMO, and then I think part of it too is that we have a softball game tomorrow night, so I can't watch the game.
And that baseball, but it's supposed to storm here, so.
Yeah, see, I think we have like a 20% chance of rain, so I'm almost like, part of me kind of hopes that we already had one game canceled this week, so we really don't need another one because that just causes messes later on down the road. But it's almost one of those things that it wouldn't be the worst thing to just have like a little rain shower, just to, like, but
we're hoping for a little bit of rain so that we don't have baseball, so I can go. Well, I can't watch the Cubs, but I can go listen to them.
But I mean, the Cubs don't play till late, right?
9:00. Yeah, they're playing in
Arizona. Yeah, and see the Reds are
in playing time anyway, but
yeah, and see the Reds play at 3:00, and our game is at 5:30. So it's, we're right smack there in the middle, and I'll be at the school probably about during the Reds game, but I'll watch the parade and so on. Because I mean, opening day in Cincinnati is different.
It's a big deal.
It's different, and I hope. Listen, if the next time the Cubs at Reds opening day, you'll have to come and experience opening day in Cincinnati, because it's unlike anything else at all in all of sports, and it makes it a lot of fun though. There's no question about that. But coming up on the show today, it is a MLB preview. We're going to jump all the way into the MLB. We'll talk a little March Madness as well. I guess we can give an update on our bracket right now and how it's going to go, because I like that how ESPN does it is they have the forecast for the group.
Oh.
And that is intriguing. There's no question about that. So it goes like, if this happens, so it says for each bracket, it's like, you need this to happen, this to happen, this to happen, this to happen to actually win. And then it was funny. I don't know if it was in ours or in one of our other ones. Oh, no, it was in ours. I'll have to bring it up to somebody that it happened, and just so happens that the person, it was just, well, we'll talk about that as well in the show. But first, we got to recap the NASCAR pick contest from last week. And to recap it,
you don't have to.
You did well. You had 37 points.
Okay.
Right. I got 19, despite Ryan Blaney leading like half the race. He ended up finishing second to last somehow. Later, I didn't watch one lap of the race. Forgot it even happened, obviously. But because March Madness was happening, and I mean, there is a 0% chance that I'm going to, especially Kentucky was playing on Sunday afternoon. There's a 0% chance I'm going to be watching NASCAR over Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. So I got 19 points from Ryan Blaney. Paul got 42 from Denny Hamlin. John got 24 from Joey Logano's the standings right now. Paul has now taken a lead. He has 180. You have 178. I'm at 153. John is at 125. Blake has 39. Steven still has 1 point from picking Doc Hudson a couple weeks ago.
Well, they showed the IndyCar race was at the same time as the NASCAR race and March Madness. And so they're blaming the track for viewership being down. Viewership was way down from what St. Pete was. But there was 3 weeks in between the opening race at St. Pete and this race at Thermal. And you're trying to go up against NASCAR and March Madness. Like, going up against one, you might be able to pull some numbers, but I don't understand why the racing entities can't get them on the same page and say, okay, because one race was in California, the other was in Miami. You could have easily made that work for a 4:00 and a 1:00 start, because 1:00 in Miami is, or 4:00 in Miami is 1:00 in California. Yeah. So you could have easily made that work. So irritating that they couldn't figure it out, and then they sit there and, well, the track sucks. The track sucks. No, you had it up against 5 other things that were going on. That were huge stories.
The standings from the March Madness, we were talking about that. Right now, there is a tie for first place. A tie for first place between myself and John.
Yep.
So John and myself have 470 points.
I think you have the advantage, though, right?
No, I mean, I have more points left, technically. But, I mean, right now we're tied. We're both at first. There's a three-way tie for third place between Kevin Klamola, who is your uncle. Is that right?
Cousin.
Okay, Kevin Klamola. Paul Reeves, I don't know who that is.
He sucks.
And Kent Harlan, who is one of my little brother's friends. So they are tied for third. In sixth is Sarah. Is it Klimke? Is that how you say it? Klimke?
Yes.
And then Leroy. I'm not even going to try and say that last name.
That last name sucks too.
I got nothing. And then you've got Caleb in 8th. Chase and Blake are tied for 9th. Luke is in 11th. Mike Skinner is in 12th. And Justin is holding up the field there in last place. But it has what it has in here in ESPN, and I really like this, is they have the group forecast. So it gives us all a percentage chance to win based on what's left. So the person that has the highest percentage chance to win is Chase Blaine, who is 9th right now.
What?
Because he was the lone person to pick Houston. So it's I don't know how they calculate this, but what it also has here. So for Leroy, you are, I think this is you here. Okay, yes, you are here. So it has in this, it has what you need. So you actually have a decent percent chance to win as well. You have a 19% chance. But what you need is you need pretty much three things to happen. Auburn, Michigan State, and Florida to not win. And if that happens, then you're feeling pretty good. But it goes through here, and it has all of the different options. Like Paul is in here somewhere. Paul, he has a 4.2% chance to win. So he needs Auburn to not win it, UK to not win it, and Michigan State to not reach the national championship. So everybody has at least a percentage chance. John, who's right, we mentioned tied for first right now, has a 0.1% chance to win it all. But then there's my little brother, Luke.
Whose only goal in this whole thing was to beat you.
And it says here, he has a 0% chance to win. And it says here, the best path to win, this bracket cannot win. So I just saw that earlier, and I was like, that made me chuckle. How much March Madness did you watch?
Quite a lot. I did deal with
right on cue, he pops in there. Sorry, Luke. You have a 0% chance to win.
There was some work stuff that popped up that I've been dealing with that's been pretty unfortunate, but I did have a good chance to watch, not day one, but the Friday. I had a chance to watch almost all of the games on Friday, and that was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy them, and it gives me a good chance. And Grayson, who I work with, is a college basketball nut. We joked about how many players I can name that weren't on Northwestern. This guy's talking, he used to play for Florida, and he transferred over, and he plays, and he can do everything. So it's nice hanging out with him to kind of get a little bit of, that's so-and-so who played on this team, got it. And so it was nice watching the games with him.
I watched an ungodly amount. I literally watched at least a couple of minutes of every single game. And YouTube TV, I don't know. Are you a YouTube TVer, or are you
it up because it had all four screens that you could watch?
Exactly.
At one time.
The quad box is quite possibly the greatest invention in all of television, because that's exactly what I was doing.
On the one for the audio, right? So you click on the
exactly. And for me, it was just on the remote. I'd put it on there, so I'd watch all four games at once. But then it was really funny. It's amazing on how much, because I have I don't know, maybe a 55-inch TV. That might be what it is in my living room, or maybe it's 48. It's it's a decent sized TV, but when you compress it down into four little screens, it gets a little bit small, obviously. But what was funny is that if there would come down to a game that was in the last 30 seconds or something and it was close, I would go full screen on that. And it's amazing your brain, when it goes from being this big to all of a sudden blown up on the big screen, your brain's like, whoa, it's so big. But it was just kind of funny. But yeah, I watched an insane amount of March Madness. Kentucky's still alive.
They are. They took care of business against the Illini, which I was very, very happy about.
I felt like you were one that would be cheering for the Cats that day, and it was never a game. They dominated it from the opening tip early, so they got Tennessee on Friday, which is.
I mean, I normally I root for the Big Ten. Really, I do. I just cannot root for the Illini. I just can't do it.
See, I'm all in on the. I like seeing, but what I found myself is Steven, go Cats. My confidence level isn't necessarily there for Friday. It's a little, yeah, I'm a little worried
because
they've beaten them twice. Kentucky's beaten them twice, and
were they close?
I'm not yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a firm believer
in the three
in the can't beat a team 3 times.
Yeah.
But I'm not a believer. You know what I mean? Like especially when it's because I mean we talk about it in high school basketball all the time where it's like, you know, like Grayson County and girls played a team 3 times this year, beat them all 3 times. They were better than them. Like, you know, hands down, they were better than them.
Right. But if Taylorville played Mattoon, they could beat him 3 times. But
Tennessee is probably better than Kentucky. And that's where the 3 times is just tough. But maybe listen, but if they do that, I mean, listen, it's then you're playing, I mean, Purdue, who's awful. I mean, listen, awful. Come from just a terrible. Do you cheer for Purdue?
Depends on who they're playing.
Purdue, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay. But yeah, I had Purdue losing in the first round just because you gotta go against the. I mean, no, actually, no. They beat High Point. I had them beating High Point. Yeah. I had them losing to McNeese. But I mean, Purdue typically they either make it to the Final Four or they lose in the first round. There's no in between.
There is no in between.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping that Kentucky. But now I'm also running into this. And I think Steven might be fitting in this as well. The 2 times Kentucky played Tennessee, we had Cougar basketball games that night. So I didn't get to watch the game. They're 2-0. Am I allowed to watch it on Friday?
I don't know. I do not know, my friend.
I think I will. But if it gets bad, maybe I turn it off and see if I am the bad juju or something like that. You mentioned earlier at the start of the show, Lamont Butler back for Kentucky is huge. Lamont Butler is back huge for Kentucky. We mentioned off the start of the show, opening day is tomorrow.
Yes.
And even though I guess opening day for the Cubs was last week.
We don't talk about that.
Already 0-2. Oh, was it 2 or 3?
2.
Just 2.
Yeah.
Just 2.
We did play. We played 4 games over there, but 2 of them were against the Japanese teams.
Okay. So the Cubs played the Diamondbacks, right?
Yep, but we missed Corbin Burns, so.
Yep, Paul's got a 2-game lead already, and the Braves haven't even played a game in his in your all's bet, which I'm intrigued by that. So the Reds, just finished some ice cream in that hat.
It was on my bet, and the girls must have been playing. It absolutely is an ice cream hat.
I see it's flat. Yeah.
It's straight up an ice cream hat, but it was on my bed. It's like the girls were playing with it before the podcast started, and I thought, you know what? Opening day tomorrow, this is perfect.
I had to wear my. See, I got my Reds.
Yeah,
my full blown Reds. How about we? You want to make some predictions here on some baseball stuff here, on division winners and such?
Have you changed really quick though? As long as we're talking about NCAA madness here, let's take a look really, really quick. Auburn, Michigan, who wins that game?
Auburn.
Okay. Ole Miss, Michigan. I am. Ole Miss, Michigan State, who wins?
Oh gosh. I mean, you could just go off my bracket.
I don't have a bracket in front of me, old man.
Yeah, go Reds, Chad. That one's tough. Ole Miss is playing well, but I think I give Michigan State a little bit of an edge.
All right, Florida, Maryland.
Florida.
Texas Tech, Arkansas.
Texas Tech.
Duke, Arizona.
I'd love to see Arizona, but Duke wins.
I really want to get a recording of you saying that. BYU, Alabama.
Alabama. But that game, if you want to watch a game, and like if you've not watched much basketball, but You just want to see. I mean, that game might be 175 to 175. Like both teams just up and down the floor. That will be a wildly entertaining game.
I'm looking for all these SEC teams, but I only see a few here. That's crazy talk.
7, the most that have ever made the Sweet 16.
Houston versus you said 14 teams. What do you expect? Houston,
so
Purdue.
Half of them make the
Houston, Purdue,
Houston,
and your boys against the Vols.
That silence tells you who I'm picking.
What?
That silence tells you who I'm picking. I can't. Yeah.
Oh, geez, man, you can't say it. I got you.
Tennis.
I got you. It's okay. It's okay, man. We're a family. We're here.
Yeah,
we're family. I don't care who's in the SEC. It was more of a Sam burn than it was an actual like.
But it wasn't a burn. The SEC had 7 teams in the Sweet 16, which is the most that have ever made the Sweet 16 in the history of the NCAA tournament.
All right. So let's see. Auburn versus wait, hold on. What we got? I'm off the mark here.
Auburn versus Michigan State. Auburn wins.
Okay.
Florida beats Texas Tech.
Yep.
Alabama beats Duke.
Okay.
Houston beats. It's literally the same thing as what I have in the bracket right now. And Alabama and Houston beats Tennessee. Alabama beats Houston. Florida beats Auburn.
Bracket. Nobody else's bracket can be right. Only Sam's bracket can be right.
No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you what you're asking me what my picks are, and I'm just telling you that they are the same. No. And so yeah, I'm going with the same thing. Florida, I think they had their scare against UConn, which was a really good game. Are we filling out another bracket? No.
No, I'm just messing with Sam.
Yeah.
Now we can go to baseball or baseball.
We can go into our baseball picks here and make these. This is what Paul's been waiting for, I'm sure. Of all of these, division winners, I think, is the best way to start for this. Your AL East champion.
I'm going to go with the Orioles. I really think they put stuff together this year, and those young kids start playing really, really well together. They were. Listen, we all know the AL East is a tough division, but I think the Orioles come out on top. Yankees will deal with injuries this year, and the Red Sox will be good, but I think the Red Sox will falter down the stretch. So I'm going to go with the Orioles.
I'll go with the Red Sox. Are you
going to write this down, or you want me to?
I don't. I mean,
we don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I was more just doing it just for the fun of it. Yeah.
Okay,
Paul's picking the Orioles. Paul is picking the Orioles. The AL Central. This is an interesting one. I'm going to go with the Tigers.
Me too. Although the Royals will give them a scare.
Yeah.
I think Tariq Skubal will take that team. They're going to do some wonders.
This is one of these that it might even be a game 163.
Yep.
Where it is, really, really close coming through it. And listen, it won't shock me if it's the Royals whatsoever. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. might be the AL MVP, but I like Skubal a lot. But I don't know. It's and then they got Jackson Jobe coming up too for the Tigers too.
Yep.
The AL West. No love for the Guardians here, Mike.
I mean,
although they seemingly every year that you're thinking the Guardians aren't going to be like this is going to be, they're always there, They always seemingly are in there. The AL West, though.
Last year, there was a discussion over who was going to be worse, the NL Central or the AL Central, and the White Sox brought down the AL Central as a whole.
Yeah, you're not going to pick the White Sox?
Well, I mean, I've already made enough stupid bets on the year. Thank you very much.
Do the White Sox get more wins than they did last year?
Yes, but not by much.
I'm agreeing with Paul here, and I'm taking the Mariners.
No, I'm going to go with Rangers.
See, to me, I'm trying to go with a wild card pick there of the Mariners,
I just
and
don't-
just hoping that
every year, the Mariners are the guardians of the freaking West, because every year they're supposed to be really, really good, and every year they're pitching either their pitching falters or their hitting falters. It's always one or the other. So that's what I'm going with.
I just love Julio Rodriguez. So he deserves it. He deserves it. Do we want to pick our AL champion right now, or do we want to do the NL division winners first?
Oh, we can go full AL.
Paul wants you to name the Rangers pitchers, Leroy.
You're cute. You are adorable.
Nolan Ryan, right?
Yeah, Nolan Ryan and Randy Johnson and
Kenny Powers.
Who's the guy that's past his prime? Is Scherzer over there? Isn't Scherzer over there? Is past his prime?
I think sure. Yeah, and then Verlander's with the Giants, I believe.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
NL East.
Oh, okay. All right.
Did you want to do the AL champion first? Is that what
we can? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's do the AL. Who wins the pennant in the AL?
Oh, Orioles do.
That would be awesome. That would be genuinely awesome. That would be genuinely awesome. Max is in Toronto, apparently.
Oh, okay.
How much I keep up. So much how much I keep up with it. I can barely keep up with the Reds when it comes to baseball moves and so on.
Lately, I feel like I am a day late and $1 short with that.
I think it'll be the Red Sox.
Cool.
It's just gonna go from
the Marlins legend Charlie Huff.
There you go. NL East. Who wins the NL East? I mean, we know that the Braves are finishing in last.
Right.
At least
right.
You're hoping.
It can't be them.
You can't pick the Braves to win this division, because if the Braves win this division, you're having to go to Lambeau in a Rogers jersey.
That's true. So I gotta go with Phillies. Phillies win it because Braves are gonna finish in last place and win 75 games. So
I'm gonna pick the Braves.
I wouldn't expect anything else.
I was considering.
You're not going to go with the Mets?
I was considering the Mets.
The dangerous, scary, we can't win when it matters Mets.
Yeah, but it does. The division really doesn't matter. It's the playoffs. It does. The playoffs that matters.
Dangerous, scary, we can't win when it matters Mets. Got it.
NL West.
The Mets have not won a division or a matchup that mattered since 2017.
I mean, Leroy, I can't talk any crap about winning in the playoffs. So.
Oh, sure you can. It's okay. You're among friends.
I've never seen the Reds win a playoff series. So.
Oh man.
The NL West is it's the Dodgers. Diamondbacks will give them a run, but the Dodgers will win that.
Oh yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You and I could manage that team to the playoffs. I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they stay, unless they get annihilated with injuries or something like that. Like if Ohtani goes down, but even then, it's like they're just so freaking loaded. Okay, I think we wrap it up with the Central. Do the Padres finish within 10 games? Oh, no.
So I think the Padres will keep it close most of the year and again falter down the stretch. I think August is going to be rough for the Padres.
I'm agreeing with Paul and picking the Brewers.
Cubs.
Is that a head or a heart?
A little bit of both. I mean, let's face it. The Cubs did make some serious improvement. I don't know why there's no point in me even arguing this. So
I'm not. I want to hear what you, because listen, I'll tell you with the Reds, I think the Reds will finish 81-81. I think they'll finish 500.
I think the division is going to be way tighter than what we've seen in previous years, where you've got about 2 or 3 teams that if they get a series to go 3 out of 4 or 6 or 7 in a row. That'll be a big difference.
The Reds, I think an argument could be made, have the best pitching staff, starting rotation in the NL
Starting
Central.
rotation? Yeah.
In the NL Central. I mean, Hunter Green, if he can, but a lot of what the Reds are this year is you're betting on potential. I mean, if Ellie De La Cruz had an unbelievable spring, does that mean anything? Read into that what you want. He is, hit 450 or whatever it is. But if he comes out and he plays the way that you're seeing, Abbott's okay, Paul. He pitched on Saturday. It was more of a precautionary thing.
ESPN gave 15 votes, 8 to the Brewers and 5 to the Reds. Now, generally,
I'm looking at that same article right now.
I don't like it when teams pick the Cubs. I've never liked it when 2016 they had them favored, and I didn't like it then either. But they're gonna need some of these guys to step up. They're gonna need Kyle Tucker to step up. They're gonna need Justin Steele to get his form of what he had, not last year but the year prior. They're gonna need some of these guys to really, really step up, and they're gonna really need to figure out. They're gonna need to figure out that bullpen. So, but on paper, they're probably the best team in the division. Now, whether or not they play their potential, I'm not a big Craig Counsell fan, so I don't know if Craig Counsell is the guy that's going to take them to the promised land. But I'm hoping that, that's what I said 2 years ago. I'm hoping that, with that being said, that they figure out how they want to handle moving forward, because the team did not have an identity. There's a lot of concerns over the team not wanting to play for Counsell because they still love David Ross and they were mad that Ross got let go. So I'm hoping that that's all behind them and they just decide that this year they actually want to play baseball and have some fun. But yeah, last year sucked, man, because that team was way better than what their record showed. They were much better than what their record showed, and they couldn't win when it counted. So,
Mike asks, Cardinals 500 or below?
Oh, below. They didn't do anything this offseason. And the thing is, it's they're leaning on talent that they already have to. They're hoping that Wilson Contreras finds his form. They're hoping that Wilson comes back to being the guy that they got from Chicago, but he hasn't been that guy either. And with that whole disaster from Arenado, I mean, my goodness, that's just been a whole cluster in itself. So I don't see St. Louis finishing over 500 this year, which if that's the case, you're going to see empty seats come August at Busch, but you're going to see some heads start rolling.
And something tells me that there is going to be somebody in Taylorville, Illinois, that is going to be doing evil laughs the entire time that happens. Steven did say earlier, too, he went to a Brewers game last year, cool stadium. That's one that's on my bucket list. I'd love to go to a game in the Brewers in Milwaukee. It looks like a really nice stadium.
Milwaukee and Oracle Park are two places that I would love to go see a game.
Yes.
I'm not a big Giants fan, but my goodness, Oracle Park would be amazing to go see a game at.
I've heard it's one of the best because I've been to Wrigley, I've been to PNC, I've been to Truist, and GABP.
You were at PNC?
And Busch. I've been to Busch. I went to PNC. It's been
a few years.
It's probably 2012, 2011. I was in high school.
All right.
Yeah. And I will say this, and it's a very nice ballpark. I have never been treated worse as an opposing fan in another stadium than there. Pirates fans were awful. And Pittsburgh fans in general are, and I'm not like legitimate. And for me, I was at that point, I was probably 15 or 16. I'm like I get now, or you can talk crap to you. You're a grown man. But at that point, I was I'm 15 years old. Why are you a grown man talking crap to a 15-year-old kid?
They can't.
And it's not like I was. It's not like I was. I might have cheered, or something, but not was doing anything. Went to a Kauffman in '93 to see the White Sox play. Nice place even back then. Yeah, I've looked into. I actually have not done, because every year I say, "Oh, I'm going to go to a Reds road game," and now it's kind of transitioned into more going to Bengals road games. Braves should have kept the other Contreras. He is a beast.
He is.
Yeah, he's with the Brewers, right?
He is. Yep, absolutely.
Does Tito matter?
Oh yeah.
You think for the Reds?
Oh yeah. You know, we talk, and Sam, you and I have had this conversation multiple times when it comes to managers and whether managers matter or not. And the general consensus that Sam and I have come up with is managers are usually good for about 7 games, 5 to 7 games plus or minus. So a good manager will get you 5, maybe 7 more wins than a bad manager would. Tito's a different breed, man. Tito does things as far as bringing the best out of every player. I mean, he is just a, you know, when Madden was really, really good, when Joe Madden was really, really good, there was some Tito comparisons there. Now, obviously, Tito is continuing and still being a beast. Joe's not in the scene anymore, but to have other managers compared to you, that tells you something. But if anybody can bring everything out of a player, Tito has that ability to do that, and I'm excited to see what he can do in Cincy with those young guys. I think he's a big pickup for you all.
Mike says he's been to one Bills-Bengals game in Buffalo and one in Cincinnati that wasn't played. I was there that night at the game that wasn't played. That was some heck of a night. That is a sports moment I will never forget. DeMar Hamlin,
crazy.
Mike, is Mike a Bills fan? I assume.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So he's a Bills fan. Mike, you as there. I don't know that I have ever been in a environment that was louder and more fired up than that. It was insane, and then just dropped. Let's go Reds, John. Absolutely, let's go Reds. I'm all in. My worry about the Reds, and it is legitimate, and it's why I think they'll finish 500, is that their biggest issue last year was the outfield, and they did really nothing. Their one move was Austin Hayes, and that's it. You know, they get Gavin Lux. That might be something, and then they get Brady Singer, but that's another pitcher. Like, they've got the rotation. I just don't know that they have the bats to do it. And that's unless just Ellie, Matt McClain, Christian Encarnacion Strand, and all of these younger guys live up to the hype that you have. If that happens, then maybe you do something. But like Paul, you're betting on. I'm not disagreeing with you whatsoever here. You're just betting on potential a lot with the Reds, especially on offense, because you haven't seen it. I mean, Ellie, you've seen the flashes. Matt McClain was great. I'm not a huge Friedel. Friedel, he's fine. He's fine.
What team? If I told you a surprise team was going to win the World Series this year, what team would you think of right off the bat?
Oh gosh. One of the can I just say a central team?
Yeah.
I just like give me Tigers, you know, I don't really think the Reds have a chance to win the World Series, but still, like in that vein of a team from the Central. Because I mean, like if you told me the Braves win the World Series, I'm not going to be surprised. If you told me the Phillies win this World Series, I'm not going to be surprised. You know,
right.
The Dodgers, obviously nobody's going to be surprised at that, because guess what? The NL pennant, I'm picking the Dodgers. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. Mike
has the answer I was thinking of.
That's right. Yeah, and that's why I'm saying, because Kansas City, I think you could throw in there of doing that.
Baltimore?
How much of a surprise is that?
It's not. They've got a young, talented team that's been playing really, really well in a very, very tough division.
Seattle. There you go. That's a good one, Paul. That's a good one. Betting on some of that young talent going in.
Yeah, Paul's going Seattle.
Is Dodgers your pennant pick?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you have Dodgers, Orioles. I have Dodgers, Red Sox.
Yep.
Dodgers repeat.
I just don't see anybody else doing it. I would love it. There's just no way. How
long's it been since the last repeat?
Well, no, John. Last repeat?
Mm-hmm.
Yankees, right?
Yep, 2000.
Yep.
It is the longest stretch in baseball history. And I believe Colin Cowherd, as I was listening on the way up, said in professional major sports history did not have a repeat champion.
Yep.
which is kind of wild.
Yeah, but I like the parody. I like the parody in the sport.
So yeah, I'm gonna go the Dodgers to repeat. I don't like it, but it's just hard. I forgot that you like the Dodgers, Steven. Ugh. Forgot that you like the Dodgers. It's a problem. We're gonna have to maybe work on that a little bit, right? We have
Yeah.
to get you back on the Reds train. How about you want some opening day stats for Paul's stat of the week?
Yeah. Hey, let's run through really quick. Do you want to do the other positions or no?
The other
We can run through
position.
stat of the week.
What other positions?
Like MVP, rookie, man. I mean, do you want to do that?
I mean, we can do an MVP. How about MVP? We'll just do an MVP because I mean, like rookie of the year. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know a bunch.
You don't know.
I don't know. Do you? I mean, how many damn rookies can you name?
No,
I was going to say.
Let's
Paul's
be
going to be over here like, oh, it's
well, actually,
yeah.
it's
But I mean, I'm not gonna try and even. How about this? I'm gonna do a bold NL MVP pick. Bold. Are you ready for this?
Does his name
Shohei Ohtani.
Does his name rhyme with Lotani?
Shohei Ohtani. There you go. Bold. That's why people come to this.
So proud of you.
I'll go Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt.
I'm gonna go Judge. And I'll go with Bobby Witt. Yeah, I like that. Bobby Witt. He's gonna be fantastic this year, I think.
Well, you can't pick both Bobby Witt and Aaron Judge.
Well, I'm not picking. No, I'm picking Judge. Yeah. NL.
Ellie.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing if Ellie won that. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Here's the thing with Ellie. Is Ellie wouldn't even have to be that great to win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, Megan. I appreciate it. Appreciate you taking the time to join us too.
Tatis. I'll go with Tatis.
Okay, there you go. Okay. Here is your stat of the week. Well, first in their opening day stats from Paul Reeves. Number 1, Hank Aaron tied Babe Ruth's all-time home run record on opening day 1974. You want to know a fun fact about that? A broadcasting fun fact is that was against the Reds, and it was the first game as the Reds radio play-by-play announcer for Marty Brennaman.
Really?
His first professional game. Hank Aaron ties Babe Ruth's all-time home run record.
No pressure there, man. Yeah. My goodness, man. We get overwhelmed.
Ooh.
Times we got to call 1,000 points.
Paul's picking Paul Skeens to win MVP and Logan Gilbert to win MVP. Interesting. And then his other ones, 3 players are tied for the most career opening day home runs with 8.
3 pitchers?
No, 3 players.
Oh, okay.
And weirdly enough, I don't know if this is just a Red stat, Paul, because all 3 of these guys are former Reds. So I'm wondering if this is just a Red stat. This might just be a Red stat. Frank Robinson, Adam Dunn, and Ken Griffey Jr. are all tied for the most career opening day home runs with 8. I'm wondering if that's just a Red specific, because if not, that's honestly pretty wild that 3 former Reds.
Not just a Red stat.
Wow, that's wild. Now, I mean, Junior obviously, probably at least half, if not more, of those came as a Mariner.
Wasn't there a long time where opening day was literally only you guys? Like you guys played day 1 and.
Yeah, but I don't think that probably. But I mean, that wasn't Adam Dunn and Ken Griffey Jr. though era.
Oh, that's true.
Frank Robinson maybe, but Frank Robinson also was just really
crazy though, man. Crazy.
Like this player has the most stolen bases on a Tuesday when it was raining. Yeah, I love baseball. I love baseball. So yeah, we're all going with the Dodgers, I guess, to repeat. Sadly, for this. Alrighty, you want to? Oh wait, you got a couple of tidbits, maybe. We're going long. My goodness, we're going long.
Yeah. Well, you talked forever. All right.
I talked forever.
Andrew Luck, Stanford GM, has fired their football head coach, Troy Taylor. Luck becomes the first general manager to fire a college football coach in history. Yay. All right. Major League Baseball issued a 62-page report in December that showed the focus on throwing with increased velocity and using maximum effort on every pitch was the likely reason for the increase in injuries. Major League Baseball has also talked about changing the rule where starting pitchers will have to throw at least 6 innings unless circumstances come up like injury or other weird situations like that. Do you like that rule or no, Sam?
No.
The NFL projects that its kickoff return rate will rise to between 60 and 70% if owners approve a rule change that places touchbacks at the 35-yard line. The proposal is among several rule changes that owners will consider at their annual meeting next week in Florida. At least 24 votes from owners are needed for approval. The rate moved from 21% to 32% last season, the league's first look at the revamped kickoff structure designed by special teams coaches and the NFL office, where touchbacks were spotted at the 30-yard line and the average return was 27.6 yards. The NFL is looking at celebrations. They want to limit the celebrations that happen on the field and issue 15-yard penalties. I feel like they went through a phase in the 90s, maybe the late 90s, where they were a little bit more strict on penalties.
Oh, I mean, look at Chad Johnson.
Yeah.
Chad Johnson got fined so much money, and now, I mean,
now you got
the whole let the guys have that. There might be a limit. If you're taunting the other team, that's where I'm fine. But it's like they fined Chase Brown. I think he ended up winning the fine for jumping in the whatchamacallit at Dallas. They got the Samaritan good or the bell or whatever.
Yeah.
He jumped inside of it and they fined him for it. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Come on.
Carlin Pickens becomes the only softball pitcher to ever throw 78 miles an hour. She broke the record Monday night. The junior pitcher set the record for fastest pitch ever recorded, throwing 78 miles an hour in the 6th inning of Tennessee softball's 3-2 win over Arkansas. If that was a major league pitch, it would be the equivalent of 109 miles an hour. Insane. Damian Lillard will be out indefinitely after being diagnosed with a blood clot in his right calf. One of my least favorite topics and one of Sam's favorite topics, because somehow Sam supports this, and I don't understand why. Last year, there were nearly 300 names in the college basketball portal on the first day. That was record-setting. Yeah, good luck with that. This year, more than 750 men's basketball student athletes entered their names into the transfer portal when it opened Monday. Combined with the 226 players who were already in the portal because of a coaching change or having status as a grad transfer, we ended the opening Monday night hovering around 1,000 names in the transfer portal. For context, last year's total when the portal closed was around 2,100.
The portal's got a portal.
The portal sucks.
Well, you better get used to it. It's not going anywhere.
I know it's not, but it sucks. That's my tidbits.
You okay? Do you need a moment? Because there's nothing that you're going to enjoy more. You're already grumpy.
I'm telling you, this is. Yep.
To cue the music, because there's nothing that's going to make you happier than Leroy's logos. And guess what, Leroy? We're going to do your favorite thing to do here.
Are we spinning?
We are going to random logo it.
Are we spinning?
Random logos.
The wheel of justice.
This is Leroy's logos. Now, I don't disagree with Paul here. The portal should not open until the tournament is over. I agree with that 100%. Okay, Leroy, you're going to pick 4 logos. I got to open it up here. You're just going to tell me when to stop. Where is the... there it is. Okay, overlay. And we're getting ready to begin. Okay, let me pull up the old folder over here. And then we'll begin. Okay. I am beginning to scroll right now. Tell me when to stop.
Oh, that was horrible. Stop.
Okay, there's the first one in there. Okay. In fact, was this one that you just had? Okay. Maybe not. Okay. My computer's starting to lag now, maybe a little bit. Alrighty, let's get another one in here for your random Leroy's logos where you're having to pick a random college logo. Okay, I'm scrolling. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, that's great. All right. And next, go.
Stop.
Okay. Actually, I think. Oh, wow. Okay. What are the odds of that? Okay. And one more. One more coming in here. You got a pretty decent group here. I'm scrolling here for some random Leroy's logos here for this week.
Stop.
Oh. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. You have chosen your logos for this week's Leroy's logos.
It's a stupid game.
I will have to check out your contract. Bill says Ellie goes 30-30, and the Reds still finish next to last place. That's not a bad take. I'm not going to deny that. Although I do think they finish in third. Okay. Would you like 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2. This was the evil laugh. Why was it an evil laugh? We're going to find out. There it is.
Oh. We just had this like a month and a half ago, I think.
I'll be nice and even tell you when it was, and I'm going to tell you this right now. It was a lot longer than that.
Oh, was it?
A lot longer than that.
Oh.
Remember, you have your one cheat to, should you want to use it.
If you know what the answer is and you're watching at home, your help would be greatly appreciated.
So the last time this was used was about a year ago. Episode 44. And this might surprise you.
I got it wrong?
You did not get it right. Yeah. Alrighty. You got any guesses?
No, I said I want to ask the audience on this one.
Oh, okay. So you're using your cheat right off the bat, and right now the audience this is all college, Mike. Yes, this is all college logos.
D1, not D2, Mike. Sorry.
Yes, these are all D1
Mike and I
schools.
work for D2, so that's why because Purdue Northwest would be the D2 answer for this one.
Okay. Paul says he doesn't have any idea. It's not Penn State, though.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks.
Okay. I'm going to give Mike about 10 more seconds to see if he has it, and then we're going to go. Remember, later on, we're going to have our championship of the restaurant bracket.
We do. Don't go anywhere.
So we're going to need you to vote and stay tuned in for that. Okay. Doesn't seem like he knows, so I'm just going to... Leroy, you don't... Did that sound weird to you, too?
Nope.
Weird. That was Texas...
I just want an excuse to play it again.
Texas A&M Commerce.
That's not
A&M
even a
Commerce.
real school.
It is.
That's
Texas
the answer
A&M
That's
Commerce.
the answer I gave you last year, too. That's not even a real school.
1, 3, and 4 are left.
3. Texas A&M. When's the last time Texas A&M Commerce did anything important?
They were mentioned on our show about a year ago. Alrighty, this one. Remember, you are out of your cheats now.
I know. Oh. Oh, is this UMBC? That's what I'm going with. UMBC.
Oh. Final answer?
Yeah.
See, we did the random again 5 episodes ago, and you chose UMB. You chose this logo. I almost was going to be a mean guy and just pick the next one up.
Pick the next one?
Yeah, because, obviously you would have no idea. But I'm a nice guy. I'm genuine. I don't lie. Would you like 1 or 4 now?
You are a sweetheart. You know that?
1 or 4?
4.
Number 4.
Oh.
I like this logo a lot. Steven knew that one as UMBC as well.
Paul, it's just a normal Wednesday, dude.
I like this game. Alrighty. You got any guess on this one?
Is this a throwback or is this a current?
No, this is... unless they've changed their logo in the last year.
No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that
No,
this
it's not. It's not. No.
Weird retro or.
And if it was, it's not like it would help you anyways.
Rude.
Am I wrong?
That's not the point. That's not the point.
Alrighty. You want me to just go ahead and hit you with a buzz?
Yeah, hit me.
This is Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
What are you
show? It was the same show, and you picked up both last time. This is where WKU got their old basketball coach from.
Oh,
Steve
okay.
Lutz.
All right.
And the last
There's
one,
islands in Texas.
Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Oh.
And your last one.
Oh.
You know this one?
Yes, I do.
Even knew that one is Corpus Christi.
Oh.
You do know this one.
I do.
Okay, then what is it? Let's waste no more time. What is it?
Southern Illinois.
That is correct. 2 out of 4 this week. If it wasn't for those darn Texas A&Ms, you would have had a perfect one. The Salukis, Steven got that one. Oh, Mike is a Southern Illinois. Oh, man, Christy got that. Paul got that. Everyone knew Southern Illinois. Did you get Southern Illinois the last time?
No, I guarantee I didn't.
You did. You
okay,
did.
all right.
Back on episode 40. That was the only one you got that week. Good job. Good job.
Alrighty. 406 on the season.
Time now for some play clock segment where we're going to have 40 seconds to answer a question the other person doesn't know anything about. Would you like to ask or answer?
I'll ask first.
Alrighty. Hit me.
With the transfer portal being the way that it is the days of the Cinderella season no more in college basketball?
No, and the people saying that are silly. I mean, 2 years ago, if you remember, San Diego State was in the national championship game and Florida Atlantic was in the Final Four. Cinderella, though, when you look at it historically, typically only goes 1 or 2 rounds anyways. It is very rare for a quote-unquote Cinderella to make it to the Final Four. You know, you think back to, VCU was one, George Mason was one, and then Florida Atlantic was one. It just does not happen very often to make it that far. So I really don't think that it is any worry. And this is just kind of a one-off year. But the product has been really good, even if there hasn't been a Cinderella. We need, Leroy, we just talked a lot about the Cubs and so on.
Oh, I know.
So you predicted the Cubs to win the division, but I want you to have that's not necessarily a bold take or a hot take, for the Cubs to win the division. I want your bold Cubs guarantee for the 2025 season.
My bold guarantee? Oh.
About the Cubs.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bold take is that there will be a Cub that will be mentioned in the MVP talks at the end of the season. He won't win, but there will be at least one Cub that will be listed in the MVP. PCA.
Whoa. Now that's bold.
Pete Armstrong will be mentioned in the MVP talks at the end of the season.
I kind of like Mike's bold take here that the Cubs go 70-92.
Hey, don't you have a team to be rooting for down in Bush that doesn't know how to win?
What would happen if the Cubs went 70-92 this year? Good gosh.
That means is that they'll deal with a whole lot of injuries. Paul, your mother said if you have nothing nice to say, then shut up.
Paul just really wants you to have to wear that Aaron Rodgers jersey. He really wants you to have to wear that jersey. Okay.
Literally every time the cars go around the Indianapolis 500, I'll be like, that's lap 1. Next time we're like, that's lap 2.
Oh, he's going to be miserable.
That's
okay.
The point.
Ask it away.
You have to get rid of one item from the Skyline Chili menu. What item are you getting rid of and why?
That's what I had for lunch today. So I did because I went up to Northern Kentucky for a trip today, and when I was leaving there, it was calling my name. It's like in the summertime when you light a light and the bugs start swarming towards the light. That was me. It was just like calling me. I mean, they got like salads on there. Can I just get rid of the salads? Like, I'm not going to Skyline get a salad. Yeah, I'm gonna just put a salad down, or yeah, gosh, because the rest of it's just so good. They have burritos, like full blown burritos, and I've never gotten one, so I guess if I can't pick a salad, that would be the one that I'm dropping. But can I switch back to Pepsi products?
Yes. Christy would be all for that too.
Yeah. The Mountain Dew and Skyline, they speak to one another.
Her restaurant got rid of Pepsi for Coke, and she was not happy about that.
You see, usually I'm okay with that change, but Skyline, there's something about the combination. It just works. As I mentioned, I was driving through most of the day today, and I was listening to a lot of sports talk radio.
Okay.
And a part of what I was listening to was Colin Cowherd, which that is rare.
You had to have been not feeling well.
Colin Cowherd. And he was mentioning something from Jeff Passan, who is ESPN's baseball guy.
Yeah, Schefter of baseball.
Yeah. He was making an argument, and they were asking him this question. And I'm going to ask you this question right now.
Okay. All right.
Is Major League Baseball on opening day eve 2025 in a good spot?
Yes, but they're in a dangerous situation. You have two trains of thought, right? You have the thoughts that they need to leave baseball alone and stop messing with the game that I love. And, oh my gosh, nobody's watching it. You have to do something to get people to watch it. And unfortunately, neither of those are a very good or very bad situation, but it does have some dangerous precedents. The situation with not having streaming rights for a lot of the sports teams is a big problem, and injuries for pitchers. Along with I could spend way longer than 40 seconds.
That's why I gave you 40 seconds.
Long story short, they're fine right now, but it is a dangerous spot. Probably the most dangerous we've seen since '93, which was right before the strike.
It's an interesting discussion. It's an interesting discussion, and I think let's take this question and let's throw it to one of those summer shows where we're not having a lot, like a mid-June or something.
Yeah, where we can sit.
We don't have a lot, or maybe that's what we'll do while we're drinking our lemonade. But because I think there's a lot with it, and
Paul, I'll ask you, who do you think is the worst commissioner of the Big Four right now for hockey, baseball? Shut up, Gormley.
Here's the thing. Paul couldn't name you who the hockey commissioner is,
and you can't name me who the soccer commissioner is. So
Bateman is the hockey one. Bateman, right?
Bettman.
Okay, close enough. And the soccer one is shoot.
Oh my gosh, you actually know it.
Yeah, like if you would give me a multiple choice, I would absolutely like.
All right, hold on.
Farber.
Hold on a second.
If that's right, Farber. Garber. Okay, Garber. Mike says. So I was close there. Farber. That's pretty.
Don Garber.
And I said Farber.
Yep.
Farber. Okay, so I would do that.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to mention it during tidbits, but I'll mention it right now. Mike Bibby is the Sacramento State Hornets' new coach.
Saw that. Saw that. It's time now, though. We've been doing this now for 2 months, right?
What are we doing?
The fast food or the restaurant bracket championship.
Yes, we have our thrilling conclusion of our fast food contest. I'm so glad you guys have hung with us for this whole thing. We started with 64 teams. We've whittled it down to 2. We've whittled it down to 2, and we are set and ready to go. Sadly, I've moved a whole lot of stuff to my new computer. I don't have the whole. I could grab the whole ballot. I don't have the whole ballot. I have the team.
It doesn't matter. We just know the
that's all that
championship.
matters is I have the championship. We're ready. We're all set and ready to go. So all you got to do is tell me who is the best restaurant. Number 3, Wendy's versus number 2, Waffle House.
I have
That's
been
it.
like,
That's our championship game. Wendy's in one corner, Waffle House in the other. Let's get it on.
I know how this is going to go.
You know how this is going to go.
But yesterday, yesterday was my birthday.
Yes. We haven't gotten to that point in the program yet, but yes.
That's not important. We don't need to really.
We are.
But I, was thinking to myself, I want to go get myself something for my birthday.
For your birthday. Correct. Yeah.
And you know where I ended up?
Waffle House?
I ended up at the Wendy's. And you know what?
You had your Baconator and you were all happy and fat.
And they came through. So because of that, Wendy's gets my vote. Slightest margin. This is
You are Sparrow. You are Jack Sparrow going down on the Black Pearl.
This is the national championship from 2017 in my eyes, where Chris Jenkins hits a game-winning shot at the buzzer. Wendy's at the last second hits the game-winning shot because they're just a little bit quicker. So we got right now 1 vote Wendy's, now 1 vote Waffle House, another vote Waffle House. Paul is voting though for Wendy's, so it is now 2-2.
Our anonymous Facebook page for our town posted a video of a woman going into our Wendy's and throwing an absolute hysterical hissy fit because they got her order wrong, to the point that she was almost jumping over the counter to fight with the general manager. So that was our Wendy's today. So that's fun. But
so is that why you're voting for Wendy's?
Oh gosh, no, Waffle House all day long. Come on now.
The Waffle House is doing it. We'll leave it open for just a few more, another minute or so, just in case anybody's watching and wants to leave in their comment for Wendy's versus Waffle House. And how about this? If there's a tie, I say we throw it up on the Facebook page and let the Facebook page decide it.
We still might do that. This might not be a decision that we make tonight.
Well, see, what's funny is this entire thing is based off of something that KSR did a couple of years ago. And their final round was Outback versus Cracker Barrel. I think that's what it was. I think it was Outback versus Cracker Barrel, or Outback versus Waffle House. I think it was Cracker Barrel, though. To the point where Christy, Waffle House versus Wendy's. Waffle House versus Wendy's. She's going to vote for Waffle House, though, isn't she? Can I block her really quick so she can't get a vote in?
No, you can't. I told you we're going to throw it up
for both. She doesn't like Waffle House?
I don't care. That's the championship. We're in the championship bracket, Christy.
But she's voting for Waffle House.
I've got no choice in the matter.
To the point where they went that year to the Republican and Democratic National Convention and were asking all of the delegates to vote for that. And continuous, because they couldn't pick which team was the winner. So it's just kind of funny with that. So it looks like right now Waffle House is the pick, but I think we throw it up on the Facebook page tomorrow.
We're going to put it up on the Facebook page. And the only way that our votes are going to count is if somehow there's a tie on our page and votes on our page.
Oh, she doesn't like Cracker Barrel. Okay.
Oh, we knew that.
Okay. You can buy beer now at the Cracker Barrel, though, apparently.
Can you really?
Yeah, the Cracker Barrel now sells alcohol.
Okay.
Because there's nothing that you want more when you're eating your biscuits and gravy.
I can't play my game if I'm not drunk while I'm doing it. Okay, let's be real here.
Because listen, when you're sitting down eating pancakes and biscuits and gravy, there's nothing more that you want in the world than, you know what? I want a Miller Lite.
Outback Steakhouse is so brutal, dude. It is awful. Outback is brutal.
See, listen, Outback will always have a little spot in my heart. And you know why? Because if you remember at WKU,
I do.
When we would cover games,
Yes.
The media gets catered a meal beforehand.
Correct.
And there were like 6 rotating restaurants. And you'd walk in and it'd be like, what's it going to be tonight? And every once in a while, Outback would cater it. And Outback knew what they were doing. They would bring in, I remember one time, they brought little steaks. And Mr. Sam, who is, a broke college student, he walks in and there is all-you-can-eat steak. It's a wonder I don't know that I actually went out and covered the game. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I might have just stuck back in there and just.
Oh, you did not. You went out and covered the game because you could, but you were full as can be.
Oh, yeah. And I think if they would have let me, I would have just taken a plate of steak out there to the courtside table, and whether it's good or not, it's still steak. And when you're eating ramen, steak is steak. And then they had a really good like Cajun Alfredo.
Yeah,
I remember that was a pretty good. So Outback will always have a spot in my heart for that reason. But the worst one that they'd bring in was a pizza place there. I could call them out. It's not like they're going to sponsor our show, Leroy. Lost River Pizza. I don't know if it's still a thing down there in Bowling Green.
Is it?
It might be. I don't know. But
you were a big fan of the Lost River Pizza.
The thing with Lost River Pizza is like, because the other pizza option that would come in sometimes was Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And Pizza Hut understood when you're catering, cheese, pepperoni, sausage.
Correct. Not anything crazy.
Lost River, I don't know what they did, but I think they were just like, you know what?
No, they grabbed whatever pizza nobody liked, and that's the ones that they brought.
No, but it's not even like that. Lost River Pizza. It's like a local restaurant in Bowling Green.
It was that Bowling Green pizza place. It was awful.
Lost River Pizza. But the thing that they would do is they would have like the most random topping combinations. It would be like green pepper, pineapple, and
that's right.
And like ground beef.
Horrible.
Be like, what?
Yeah.
And then the next one would be red onion, tomato and
black
bacon
olives
or something.
And
it's like, can you just like, what are we doing? So it was hilarious because everyone was like, is there just like a pepperoni? Because I'm like, I don't want to, it was just like the randomest pizza combinations of toppings.
I love it. So join us next week because we will announce the winner of the tournament. But we will also start a new tournament, and you're going to want to see what we have.
Which one is it that we're doing?
I wasn't going to say it. We're going to just announce it next week.
So you're doing that kind of tease? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know we've talked about a couple of different ones.
We have, but I've got a good one.
Is it? Throw it in the private chat and see if the one I'm thinking of, because we can talk behind the scenes here. Or here, let's see. Oh, okay. Because that was one of the other ones that I put in there. Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay. So that'll
64.
be on next week's.
Yep.
Oh,
so
gosh.
we're doing a brand new tournament next week.
So we invite you to join us for that on next week's edition. You got some autographs?
I do. So all of these autographs today are all Heisman Trophy winners. And don't worry, they're all Heisman Trophy winners since Sam's been alive.
Don't tease him with a good time. See, what's funny is, Paul, is you're not going to realize that we are taking all of the restaurants you've complained about in the last 6 weeks, and that is our bracket. And the winner of it.
That's what it is. That's what we're doing.
It is the Paul Reeves anti-bracket. Okay, let's
all right.
drop it in.
So here we go. And let me know if this is a new computer, so let me know if there's issues with you seeing what's on the screen.
I feel like I know this one. Pretty confident. This one's what, about 10 years ago, give or take?
Yeah.
Okay. From the Big Ten, right?
Yeah.
That was so weird watching Oregon play Arizona and it not being a Pac-12 game. For one, phenomenal basketball game on Sunday night, but it's the Big Ten against the Big 12.
In a weird matchup,
just didn't belong. But this is Marcus Mariota.
It's going to take me at least 10 years to get used to this. I'm telling you. You wonder why I can't figure out who's in the SEC because everybody's brand new in their conferences.
Yeah, but I agree with Paul and Mike. Marcus Mariota.
There you go. Absolutely. All right, next up.
I think I know this one too. I think we're going SEC, right?
Yes, sir.
Alabama. Running back Mark Ingram.
Yes, absolutely. 2 for 2. Can we make it 3 for 3?
Yep, Mike agreed there. Oh, boy. D. That is a D?
Yes.
I have no freaking clue what that last name is. Is it Don Shula?
No, it's not.
It's not Don Shula. D. Gosh, now I'm trying to think of a D first name that is somewhat recent. So this is in my lifetime?
Yes.
I bet this is... Oh, yeah, Paul's right. Yep. Oh, yep.
You feel it?
Yep, Devontae Smith. Yeah, it is Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
Yep.
There you go. Good job.
Yep, that one. I knew it was going to be one of those. I was thinking too far back. I was thinking you were going to try and go like 01, 02, 03, somewhere in that realm. But yeah, Devontae Smith is definitely right on that. All righty. Time now to jump into some NASCAR picks for this week. But Leroy, I'm going to be honest with you. Right now,
you haven't even looked.
I don't even know where they're racing this week. Not even a clue. Not one.
Oh, you are my
Martinsville.
You are my hero.
They are at the Cookout 400 in Martinsville next week. Again, the overall standings right now in the NASCAR pick contest. Paul is in first with 180. Leroy in second at 178. I am in third at 153. John at 125. Blake at 39. Steven has 1 point so far. And Mike has 4. I have you on here, Mike. I don't know why.
I am, Paul. I'm on my brand new computer at my house. That's correct. But my bedroom is not of the condition that where I feel like I want to show it off. So you get the fake green screen in the background. I apologize for the twitchy green screen stuff, but
Mike is picking Aubrey James. Is that a real person?
Not anyone that I know of.
Never heard of Aubrey James in my life. But
I'm going with Alex Bowman, so
Aubrey James is the long-term mayor of Gotham City. Is that who you're picking? Gotham City to win? Okay. I mean, listen, I respect it. Who did you pick?
I picked Alex Bowman.
You're picking Alex Bowman. Okay,
yeah.
Let's put it in here.
Oh, Paul, I have 4 kids and like a billion animals. My house does not look this nice, I promise you.
Paul is picking Ryan Blaney for his pick. Steven is picking Rusty Wallace. I like it. I love Rusty Wallace.
That's a great pick.
I'll give you Rusty there. I am going to pick. Oh gosh, who do I want? I'm gonna pull from the old John Malone. No, actually, no. This isn't John Malone. I'm gonna do Denny Hamlin.
The old John Malone.
But except John Malone would be Joey Logano. But I'm gonna take Denny Hamlin this week. And you can have John let us know who he would like to pick. This week.
Yep.
Mike is gonna pick Denny Hamlin as well.
All right. Yep. And I'll get you John's pick because John will be around. I think he has some stuff going on.
What is so important?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
You know what? He gets 0 this week.
That's not fair, and you know it.
I think it's fair. You don't show up to work, you don't get credit. If you don't show up to work, do you get paid?
Yes.
Yeah, because they can't fire you. But if you...
That's right.
If you...
I am Mike. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, sir.
Oh, boy.
That's
we have softball
He's
tomorrow
fantastic.
night. Softball tomorrow night.
I have baseball. I have Taylorville baseball Thursday, UIS baseball Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then racetrack next weekend, and then UIS baseball the following weekend as well. So
You see, Center doesn't usually they don't do broadcasters until like postseason.
oh, okay.
So I'll get a message probably in May.
I expect it to change, Mike. I like calling UIS softball and baseball because even at the college level, it's crazy how good they are compared to what I watch at the high school level. Like I know what we talk about, but my
They can throw
goodness,
strikes.
man. What's that?
They can throw strikes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Like it's so much more enjoyable to watch at that level. Just
I really like softball too.
yes, I love softball.
It's so fast.
If you had asked me a couple of years ago, I would have told you baseball all day. But in the last couple of years, I've absolutely preferred softball over baseball.
And I also love how people think they can hit a softball pitcher.
No, you couldn't. No, if I gave you 20 pitches against a D2 college pitcher, you might foul off.
I genuinely think you would have a better chance of making contact against Garrett Cole than you would against that pitcher from Tennessee.
There's no chance. There is no chance. Rosie Bartletti, who is the best pitcher for UIS, you wouldn't touch her. D2, top of the rotation, D2 softball pitcher, you wouldn't touch her. I'm telling you right now. She is, there's no way. That's one of those, right? I agree 100%, Sam. There's no way. Yeah, right? I mean, 109 miles an hour from her, man. Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.
Underhand. From her hip.
The way that ball moves, oh my goodness, nothing. You couldn't do a thing with it.
I know. I had
Poole struck out against the U.S. Olympian, who was on the U.S. Olympic softball team.
Oh, it doesn't surprise. Like we had a crew member a couple of years ago who I remember, Grayson's pitcher, who's pretty decent, was warming up. You know, at that time, she was pretty decent. This is not the one that they have now. This is a couple of years ago. Yeah, well, yeah. You probably would hit Garrett Cole right now, Paul. But he goes, I could hit a bomb off of those softball pitchers. I said, no, you couldn't. She'd strike you out.
No way.
And he was super, super confident in it. And it got to the point where I was like, dude, I want to set this up now. Like, I want to set this up, and she is going to do it.
4 or 5 years ago, I might have argued with you and said, "Oh, I could hit it." There's no way. After watching softball, D2 lower end D2 softball, you couldn't touch it.
The only way I'm making contact is if I'm bunting.
Yep.
And even then. And
can you imagine slapping? Can you imagine running and hitting the? No way. No way.
Yeah. Softball's a crazy sport. I love
it. And you're 60 feet, like you are so close as a third baseman or as a short. You are right. The split second reactions you have to have on baseball, you got kind of time to. All right, the ball's coming to me. I can do something with it. Softball, it is.
Bang,
it's
bang,
crazy,
bang.
man. It's so fun. It's such an awesome sport. Oh my goodness. And the chance. Mike mentioned it earlier. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about a fantastic. I brought Lexi with last weekend because I was like, you have to understand what this environment is like. Like, if that doesn't get you fired up, nothing. It's amazing. Amazing. Love it.
I'm just glad they don't chant, "You can't do that."
D up, D up, D up, D up. Shut up.
Oh, see, I'm fine with that. Like, Steven will tell you. That is my broadcasting. That is my student section pet peeve. And Steven, he gets on me because every single time is, there's a foul. You can't do that. Yeah. Every gosh darn time. It drives me crazy. It's like, can we get creative?
No, we cannot.
I mean, I liked, at Western, it was, he walked, he traveled, he took too many steps. Huh?
Yeah.
Like let's get crazy. Like, let's do something, something different. Something different. They at least started something different. Starting games, they would always yell, "Howdy, howdy, let's get rowdy." Like, that's at least something different. Do they do the roller coaster up there? That's always one of my favorites. They haven't done that at Grayson County in a while.
No.
Have you ever seen the roller coaster be done?
I don't think so.
You know what that is, right? With the student section where the one guy stands at the bottom of the student section, everybody sits down and he puts his hands in the air and he waves them up like they're riding a roller coaster and everybody follows him.
Nope.
Looks really cool when it's done. Looks really cool. I remember in high school we did that and it would get aggressive. Like it's a wonder. It's a wonder that didn't happen. Speaking of my alma mater, though, they play in the Kentucky Sweet 16 starting tomorrow.
Hey, there you go.
Go Cooper. And there's some controversy with Cooper that we can maybe talk about next week. There's some interesting stuff with that. But yeah. So next week we get a little MLB to talk about. We'll have the Final Four to talk about and more on next week's edition of the show. Any parting thoughts?
No, just join us next week for a brand new tournament. Join us next week as we talk about opening week in baseball and have our overreactions of how opening week for baseball went. We'll also have the announcements for whatever rule changes the NFL has, because that will be done by the time we meet next week as well. So we'll have those updates as far as what those are, and we'll take our early look at the maybe we'll take our early look at the draft and see what we think of as far as the NFL draft goes as well.
Is Mike an Illini fan?
I believe so, yeah.
Go Cats.
Oh, there it is. There it is. The
do we want to end it with a CATS? Cats. Oh. I mean, nobody likes the Vols.
Well, yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, that color orange, it's that puke orange. I hate Tennessee. Have a good
you worked at Wander in the championship run? You poor bastard.
Oh, interesting. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your week. Thanks for watching.